Today is Wednesday, August 2nd, 2023. We are heading up Glencliff Trail to Moosilauke. And then we're gonna go down Benton and come out on Brook. So it makes like I think it's like 12-mile loop. And the last 6 miles are basically flat. We go through a series of beaver ponds. So we'll see how wet that is. Could be a disaster. But that's okay. It's the end of the hike. I'm prepared to wade. Should be beautiful clear skies today. Low winds. There were 2 other cars at the Glencliff parking lot. So empty if you park here. I was actually surprised. And we set off around 9 a.m. We are about 2/10 of a mile maybe from the junction with Carriage Road, and I just looked to the side and there's a little talus slope. The trail is right there. We're only like 20 feet off the trail, and you can see there's like a little bit of a slide that goes down. And we have a little view out to Mount Clough. And I don't know what that is behind it. Black Mountain, I think. And then maybe Blueberry. I have to look. But this is cool. This is south. The south peak is like right up there. There's a trail that goes to it, so there's no reason to bushwhack up to it. But it's just a little talus slope right here. John's standing on a pile of rocks that almost looks like man-made to me. But cool. Nice little view. We've only done this trail in winter conditions. It might have actually been winter. I can't remember. I think it was the end of December. And that was not visible at the time. I had no idea this was here. Very nice. So we're going to take Tunnel Brook Trail back, and this is Mount Clough right here. And the trail goes right between Moosilauke. And we had a little view a few minutes ago from the trail that was a little bit obstructed, but you could see, I think, 3 of the beaver ponds down there. Very cool. All right. And the summit of Moose is going to be right over that way. So we're heading there next. Okay, so I just moved up to where John was standing before, and now you can really see, zoom in, all those beaver ponds. Where's my finger? Oops, right down in here. All right. Oh, I'm looking forward to going down there. Very cool. I'm going to turn. Well, here's the trail is right there. And then excellent. We are leaving the summit area now. It's pretty windy today and pretty crowded. So summit sign is back there. Franconia Ridge right there. It's a nice clear day. We encountered, maybe like 8 or 10 Appalachian Trail through hikers who were slack packing southbound over Moose today. And the few that we talked to are gonna slack pack over the Kinsmans tomorrow, I guess. That's the plan for them. Weather looks like it gets a little bad in the afternoon, but I think that's a great idea. And then the Friday's gonna be rainy, so that kind of stinks for them. But anyway, they got a nice day up here on Moose. This is Beaver Brook / Benton. They run together, I guess, according to the guidebook. I thought that this was just Beaver Brook, but in any case, it's a beautiful sunny day, but that wind chill is a little chilly. So we're gonna wait. It's only, I don't know, 2 hours and 15 minutes since we started, so it's not lunchtime yet. We're gonna try to get down someplace on Tunnel Brook and hope that there's a view of the slides on Mount Clough or Beaver Ponds or both, and it will be warmer and out of the wind and more like actual lunchtime. So that's our plan. Those are the Kinsmen straight ahead, and then Franconia Ridge, and then the Bonds behind that. Mount Washington out of the cloud finally. It's really far out though. I don't know if it's visible on here. This is where Beaver Brook Trail comes off the summit. It comes down here. You get to this junction. Beaver Brook continues on. It kind of goes to the right. And then Benton Trail continues down, kind of straight. 3.2 miles to get to Tunnel Brook. And then we're not going to the north trailhead. We're going to the south trailhead, which is another how long is it? Yeah. We're 4 miles in. I think it's 5 miles.
5.5 miles.
Yeah, it's long. It's long, but it's flat and potentially very wet. So let's go see. I feel confident that we're going to see a beaver. I don't know.
There's a spur.
There's a spur to what?
That will bypass, like you did.
Yeah, I know. It's on Gaia, but it's not on the AMC maps. So I don't know what it is.
You want to take a look?
We might
need to take
cut.
it.
Yeah, we might cut a
You
chunk.
don't cut off that much.
I know, but there is
It's like a tenth.
there is a little kitty. It cuts off a corner.
Right, it just cuts off a little tiny piece.
Yeah.
From the trailhead down to the place where they meet up is the same distance as the cutoff. So it's just that little tiny bit that goes up to the trail.
I don't know why it's like that, but maybe there's a flooded something, or I don't know. The Tunnel Brook had washouts and damage on the road leading to it from Hurricane Irene in 2011. So I'm not sure. We're not going up that way, but we are going pretty far up on it. You know, we're going to junction with it close to the north trailhead, but not on it. So this, for us, is a new trail. And Tunnel Brook is totally new for us. So I like that. It's exciting. There were a lot of people up on the summit, like big groups of people. And
Summer camps.
yeah, was it a summer camp? It felt like
I bet.
It felt like a summer camp. And nobody came this way. All those thru hikers came up Beaver Brook, but they're already past. And they're not coming on here either. So I sort of feel like we'll see like one person. I don't know. But I wouldn't be surprised if we saw nobody for the rest of the day. It's going to be sparsely populated, I think. We are descending the Benton Trail still, but it has been so nice. Right from the get-go. Up top, it was like a very soft foot tread and lots of moss. Under, in the woods was just filled with moss. And now we're into the section that is, well, then we went through all ferns. This is sort of all fern right here. And now we're getting into more of these smaller spruces. But, man, it's beautiful. The footbed is not quite as soft as it was up at the top, but it's not as eroded as many other trails in the Whites. And Yeah, I'm liking it. Dappled sunlight. All right. So far, thumbs up on the Benton Trail. And it hasn't been particularly steep either, so it's probably a pretty gradual climb if you were to come in on Tunnel Brook North for something different to do. We are still on Benton Trail. The trail comes right down here. It's super nice pine needle soft footbed. And when it goes up, it goes right along the edge of this, right along the edge of that. It's very cool. Right behind in the center is Mount Blue. And then looking down into the ravine, got a nice little slide over there. And Little Tunnel Brook is going right down in this center of the ravine. We can't see it, but you can hear it. So I don't know how little it is. It's really it's roaring. Yeah, it's quite loud. Oh, there's also a bare rock place right there. Over here is North and South Kinsman. And we are at the viewpoint, which is just like some open rock here. So we're going to sit and have lunch and enjoy. Excellent.
Piece of cake.
We are now on Tunnel Brook heading towards what's the name of it? Long Road?
Long road.
Yeah, so it's 5.1 miles. This portion looks like a road. It's going to turn into a trail shortly. And here's a butterfly. Let's see if I can get him. Oh, he took off. Fritillary. We just had one water crossing, and you had to rock hop a little bit upstream. Oh, there's two fritillaries here. Nice. But we managed to do it easily with dry feet and poles, using poles. And there was a beaten path already on the side near the trailhead, so obviously that's how people do it. Could wade across. It wasn't deep, it just was hoppable. What else? That was the only water crossing.
For
Oh yeah, so if you look on Gaia, and I think on All Trails too, it shows, oh look there's a comma. Oop, he just took off. A trail that cuts off. It kind of is like the hypotenuse of a triangle. So it leaves the Benton Trail and it comes in a little 0.7 down on this. So it would avoid that water crossing. I think there was a bridge right at the beginning. And it was a road, at least that part. But it's not on the AMC maps. It's not an official trail. I like to do the trail at least once. See what it is. And the road part was full sun. I didn't feel like going out in the full sun if I don't have to. So anyway, we are gonna motor along now because I think there's like no elevation gain or loss. It's pretty much flat. Yep. How many people did we see on the Benton Trail? More than I expected.
Yeah, I think we saw
3, 4, 6?
No.
More.
2 and 1. Yeah, 6. I remember 6.
We see a guy at the top though too.
Did we?
Yep. Before we saw the women, we saw somebody.
The guy and the 2 women. I thought they might be together. Those 3.
What? There were 3 women.
No, there were 2 women.
That wasn't.
Yeah.
The first one was a woman.
No, he said hello to me. I saw his beard.
What? No, there was a man. Anyway, we saw more people than we thought we would see on the Benton Trail, for sure. This, I don't know. I want to say we're going to see nobody, but I've been surprised today. So hopefully it will get off this road pretty soon. Although I don't mind this, but I like a trail. So we are, if we continued straight, we would pick up the little, I guess we're calling it a spur trail, the road that would have cut off the part we just did. But we're gonna go, it's hard to see on my camera here. There we go. Across this little drainage. That was very visible from the road. So now we are on it. And off to the right-hand side is Tunnel Brook. We just went over a bridge. Tunnel Brook was pretty good size, at least currently. And we've been going uphill. So I think the rest of it should be pretty flat and or downhill. We are on Tunnel Brook now and walking right alongside it. Lovely trail. So far so good.
We're up to crossing in Temple Mile.
What kind of crossing? A water crossing?
Yep.
Okay. But it's not of this, is it? Oh, it is. I think we do cross it twice.
I don't know what. There are two of them.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to cross. Yeah. We're going to cross Tunnel Brook twice. But it's still been really nice. Where it's very open hardwoods down here. Shaded. Comfortable footbed. No people. Lots of mushrooms. Relatively cool. It's just easy going and kind of fun. We are now coming into the Beaver Pond area and we have a nice view out to a couple of the slides on Mount Clough. I believe there are 7 of them. That one is mighty wet, the one on the left. There's a little pond right in front of me, right here. We got a white-throated sparrow who's going nuts because I'm here. Jeez. And we're going to continue along this way. Isn't that beautiful? We just did our 3rd water crossing of any consequence. It was okay. I used a tree. John used rocks. Not a problem. There's some muddy spots on the trail, but that's okay. We are at yet another beaver pond. There's just been a string of them. I don't know how many. Maybe there's like 7 of them. I don't know. Right here is South Peak of Moose. And then this is a nice pond. Behind it is another one right down in there. Behind us there's at least 4 more. And we just came off, the section of trail we're in right now is kind of overgrown grass. So this little area, it's dry, it's got grass, it has a fire ring. It's totally not a legal spot, but it does have impact because John's standing right at a fire ring, right next to the water. Some of this trail has been really lovely, and some of it has been like this. Prickers, that's like raspberries and other brambles, grass, and some of it's been wet. Not very much wet though, surprisingly. Although right here, that looks like that's the trail. I have to figure out. I see a fallen log, and then we go up straight through. All right, I'm gonna need 2 hands. We are finishing up Tunnel Brook Trail now. So we were heading south on it. I would say the beginning of it had a gentle incline for quite a while, but it was like a very gentle incline. Then once you got up to where the beaver ponds were, it was flat. And then once you left the beaver ponds, heading south, it was a steeper decline. So I was kind of, and it was really like very soft and easy going, not rocky or rooty. So it was really kind of nice. It wasn't crazy steep, but it was definitely steeper than the climb up on the north side was. So I like that. There was one water crossing we just did. There were like 3 different places you could rock hop. One of them you would have gotten a foot wet, but it was a non-issue. We're very close to coming out at the trailhead, and then we're parked at the Glencliff trail, so we're going to have like 0.4, I think, or 0.5 road walk. But yeah, this was really a really nice hike. We just ran into a mother and daughter backpacking who were coming up this trail. They started at Ravine Lodge and came around on Hurricane somehow. I don't know, I have to look at a map. And then they're going to go up Benton tomorrow. And I think back down Gorge Brook, or Carriage to Snapper, I don't know. I think they were unclear. But in any case, we didn't see anybody else. We did see fresh bear scat and old bear scat, a couple miles apart. And what else? Old moose droppings, not fresh. What else? Got our feet wet on the trail, like quite wet in one spot. But if you wore Gore-Tex shoes, you wouldn't have wet feet. You don't have wet feet, do you? No. So I just have on trail runners. The water did not go up to my ankles, so I have basically one foot that's quite wet, but only because it came in through like the sides of my shoes and the toe box area. So what else? I don't know. If you like quiet trails, Benton and Tunnel Brook, quiet trails. Should be about 12 miles once we get back to the car.